Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, everybody. So we're going Facebook Live. This is Advantages of Age from Suzanne's hot tub. Suzanne has finally let Rose, the editor of Advantages of Age, do the presentation. It's amazing. So tonight we're doing the third of the Outage series, Arts Council funded micro salons. This time on outrageous style, because we have also an event happening on Saturday, which is going to be an outrageous bus full of amazing older stylistas funking it up around London. Yay! So, first of all, I'd just like to say, for me personally, there is a fucking huge difference between fashion and style. And I find as I get older, and I'm 64, I'm more and more into my own style. Of course, I talk about Advantages of Age as we are the punks of getting older, and I include this in style. So we have this fabulous bunch of people with us tonight. Amazing bunch of people with us tonight. So we're going to go around now, and here we have Caroline Seymour.
Caroline Sinclair.
Sorry. Caroline Sinclair. And she has done lighting design and costume design.
Set design. I've worked for the United Nations for many years. I was director of the charity Peace Not War. I teach public speaking. I teach kids to extract their own DNA, which they love.
And on this occasion, she's...
I'm now putting together a little capsule wardrobe of the clothes that most of the other people in this hot tub probably wouldn't wear. Very simple, very invisible, slate grey, black linen. Very practical. Every piece goes with every other. They need minimal ironing. They go with everything.
I like the minimal ironing.
Clothes that are designed so that people don't say, wow, I love what you're wearing. They say, wow, you look amazing. I like clothes that fade into the background, unlike the rest of you, so that the person shines through. But we all have our own attitude to style as we age. And the main thing that I'm determined to put across is that fashion is... Forget about fashion. You can buy fashion in accessories. If you spend more than 20 quid on anything because it's fashionable, you're going to throw it away next year. If you know that and it's fun, go for it. Otherwise, forget it.
So Caroline is our winsome counterpoint tonight. However, essentially, philosophically and ethically, she is in agreement with us.
Of course, absolutely.
She's still anti-fashion. She may be minimalist and grey, but she's anti-fashion in that way.
Yes.
So next I'd like to introduce Pasha Du Pont.
Hello.
And sometimes known as the Countess.
Yeah.
Which she's a dominatrix, she's an artist.
Self-titled, the press.
Not, she hasn't bought. I'd like to say she hasn't bought this title. She's just self-titled herself. Brilliant. That's what we believe in.
Yeah.
Artist and clothes designer. And look at this. Let's have a look at what what Pasha is wearing.
I'm not going to get up and show you my vagina wings.
Oh, no, do! No, you should!
I don't want to turn it into a porn film and there's too much light. If it gets dark during this broadcast, or darker, then I'll flash my vagina wings. I'm not doing it.
Hold on, I'd like to point out the hummingbirds.
Yeah.
I think these are hummingbirds.
They are
hummingbirds on the breasts.
Yeah.
Which are incredibly winsome, and then
Sipping at your nectar.
Yeah.
yeah,
A feminist taste.
So would you like to say a little about you and clothes?
Oh, and style? Well, I think I'm like locked into, post-punk 1978, well, 1986 probably. So I've come here to learn something. I'm going to bow to your wisdom, not yours.
Would you say
Blue eyes, I'm going to bow to blue eyes.
I'd like to hear a little bit about the clothes that you design. In this
Everything that I do is recycled, absolutely everything. So and ethical, because that's a big thing, isn't it? The landfill from old fabric is horrific, actually.
Yes.
So I sort of scour everywhere for all sorts of rubbish, really, that I can use. Be it like metal and plastics and jewellery and fabric. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So this was an old costume of mine, which was like a onesie thing, spandex onesie for the Golden Dominatrix. I used to wear a big gold strap-on with it.
Gorgeous.
I know.
Gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Oh my God, Johnny's in ecstasy over here.
So yeah, I just chopped it up, and these aren't necessarily so recycled, but you can't recycle absolutely everything. But it's what you do. I do a lot of painting on stuff.
I like the way that you kind of.
Did you like that?
You massage your hummingbirds
can't get
at that moment. Oh, thanks, Pasha.
Brilliant.
It's brilliant to have you here. And then next we have, I have to say, the inimitable. What can we say? Johnny Blue Eyes. So Johnny is so many things, but he is and has been stylist to many, many people. At the moment, Lana Del Rey. In the past, Beth Ditto,
yes.
The Scissor Sisters. And
I'm having a moment here with you girls.
Oh my God!
I'm basking in your lovely words, my dear.
And I have to say that at the moment, Johnny is on an artistic mission to unfuck the world.
Thank you.
And as wild as Johnny is, his heart is so open and he so totally means what he's doing. We all think he's fucking mad, but he totally is there with what he's doing, and it comes from a very real base.
It does, I have to say. I mean, talking about, with all these lovely ladies here in the hot tub tonight, I'm actually the thorn between four roses. Can I say that? I'm a bit of a rose myself, but she's going to come out on my rose, Betsy Blue Eyes, is coming out on Saturday.
By the sound of things.
So, what I wanted to say was about style. Everyone in this world is different. We all want and need different things in our life. The only thing we all share as human beings is to want to be loved and respected. I mean, being that we're different, we should just do what we want, wear what you want, be what you want. I mean, what you were saying, Caroline, I disagree with what a lot you were saying. I'm not being controversial here, but I've got costume that I've collected for 25 years that I still have. But so being a stylist, like I keep it all. You know, I'm really into recycling as well. But I do feel like if there's anything that I'd like to push across tonight is to let any of you lovely men and women out there in the world to let everybody know that it's okay to be what you are. And maybe there's a dress in the back of your wardrobe that you bought 5 years ago. You think, I love that red dress, but it's just too much. Today it's not too much. Today it's just perfect.
Give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me. I'll wear it. Betsy will rock it, darling. But I just want people to feel free and beautiful, and you know, that's really my message. Is like, in a way, I agree with you about, I love fashion and I love style, and fashion are two different things. You know, we were talking about these lovely little articles are from Los Angeles, from a flea market in Los Angeles. Shit, fuck that. And my jewellery comes from all over the world. But I thought if there's anything I'd like, I mean, just coming back, and this is my message, just love you, because what you are is beautiful, and what you are and how you express yourself in whatever you wear is perfectly imperfect and right on, baby.
Right on.
Right on, baby. Right on, baby.
That was quite rousing.
And arousing.
I'm going to seriously disagree with you there, Johnny.
About
there
what?
are some very ugly people in the world, and there are some very beautiful people who have very ugly sides.
Yeah.
And I think that saying that who you are is fine, who you are is perfect, not necessarily true. If you go home and you emotionally abuse your kids, your spouse, your cat, You are not beautiful.
I think you've misconstrued in what I'm saying.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'm just talking about how you feel about yourself. Like, I'm just talking about what I was saying is just like within the realm of your own one-offness in the whole world, how you decide to express yourself in your look. Maybe that's what I'm being more clear now. Like, you know, everyone in the world is different, and we have to express that difference. You know, and if it is wearing a beige, grey, linen,
never beige. Oh, not beige.
Or slate. To me, slate grey feels the same as beige, but that's my own vibration. But it's the same vibe of like you were saying about like I want to be I want clothes that are invisible and say you look beautiful. Whereas I feel that, you know, when I see clothes like that, I just zone the whole thing out. But that's me. But we can meet in the middle, my dear, knowing that I couldn't give a shit about fucking slate grey or like dark linen. I couldn't give a fuck about it. What I give a fuck about is colour and ferociousness and gold and dildo on costume, my dear. That's what But that's, I love you, it's just what I am.
Absolutely.
And thank God we can love and respect each other.
Absolutely. Who you are.
Sure. So, and lastly, my co-founder.
There she is! Look at her gorgeous swimsuit!
In her new bikini.
Matching glasses and hair.
Matching glasses, lipstick and hair.
Gorgeous.
Bikini.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's really interesting about style because when I turned around 50, I definitely felt as a woman that I was becoming more invisible. Just because of the menopause and all sorts of stuff that was happening with my body that meant I wasn't pumping out that have sex with me stuff that I had done in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I went through a transitional period of like, I don't know what to look like now. You know, I don't know what to do because I want to be seen.
Yes.
I need to be seen. I need to be heard and I need to be seen. And I think that's when I did my hair pink.
I love it.
Then when I did my hair pink, as much as my kids were like, oh, you're not going to do that, are you? As if it was a kind of like their friends all did that stuff. But they were like, okay, it works on you.
Yeah.
And then my hairdresser said, you're not stopping that now. That is your look and that is your thing.
Yes.
And when I did that, it was like it was bizarre because it was like the walls came down.
Yes.
I can go walking in New York and people stop me on the street and go, love your hair.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Gorgeous.
On the subway, on the underground,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where, literally wherever I go. I was walking through King's Cross today, the little Oxfam girl trying to collect money goes, I know you're really busy, but love your hair.
Oh.
And I just thought, you know what? This is my signature look now.
Yes.
And I can now accessorize this with my glasses and my lipstick and my clothes. And Rose knows I do pink, like pink everything. I'm just pink, all pink.
Yeah.
But it has created a person now that feels very much like I'm a part of the world.
Again.
And that the sexual energy becomes not so important anymore as the kind of visual thing.
But isn't so much fashion actually just about fuck me? That's what it's trying to say. Yeah. That's what it wants to say.
But it's designed to say that for people who have 18-year-old bodies.
Yeah. And that's what we're protesting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would say that style is the recreation of you, of the outpouring of you. Like Johnny said, style is about like expression, and style is like me walking through the streets. I never buy anything off the high street, like never. I mean, I don't care about this, but it was in the sale. That's an exception.
In the sale doesn't count.
In the sale doesn't count,
TK
right?
Maxx
But
doesn't
mainly,
count.
like 99% of my clothes come from the charity shops.
Same with me.
I just don't even know what's going on the high street anymore.
But I do think one of the things that I think, and I'm going to be controversial when I'm saying this now, is I feel that, you know, we're talking here about women's fashion. You know, as a man who loves women and I love my mum, I love my sister, I love all the female artists. I just don't work with female artists, but I work with a lot of female artists and actresses. And, you know, when I work with someone, what I want to do is help them feel beautiful and give them their armour. And sometimes that armour is a high-cut 80s bodysuit and a pair of ferocious cunty 6-inch stilettos from Hollywood Boulevard, and sometimes that's a floor-length, super chic Dior dress. And whatever the woman feels is right for her is right for her.
Yeah.
And we can't have anything like the idea of sort of like as we age, like I'm now in my 50th year, I'm sort of more conscious now than ever of wanting to be my own full self. And what you're saying, Caroline, Suzanne, sorry, all these fucking names. I smoke so much fucking weed in my day. I've got a fucking bad memory, darling. You have to forgive me. Right, so I don't smoke weed anymore, but I smoked lots of weed and it gave me a bad memory. But hey, fuck it. Anyway. Right. But what I was saying was, what you're like. I believe, like I'm in my 50s, that I feel more attractive and more sexually in my own prime at this age than I ever did in my whole life. So in a way, I mean, I don't know whether it's because I'm male or not, and this is something you girls can tell me about. I believe that as we age, when you were saying about isn't fashion about getting fucked, well, it is and it isn't, because when I...
Paraphrasing me there.
Is that what you said?
No, I know I said that.
Right, but it is and it is not, because for me, growing up in club culture here in London and in New York, when I would dress up, it wasn't about getting fucked, it was about self-expression. It was about being, we talk about punk rock and we talk, you know, it's
Kinky,
about
Kinky,
all the clubs here, and in going to all the clubs here, and particularly I found freedom in New York City like I'd never found anywhere else. I felt acceptance when I'd be in drag walking down the street in high heels with a little 60s dress on with a ferocious bouffant wig. Guys, straight guys would say, "Hey girl, you're looking hot today." I'm like, thanks. I know I do. Like so, New York was so freeing. Not that London isn't, but there was something about going somewhere else. I'm just reacting to your New Yorkness. And when you mentioned about being in New York, sorry, I talk too much. So
I think it's interesting because I heard Johnny talk about fashion there as being armour. And I very much would say that, like, my feathers are not my armour. They are very much a kind of extension of part of me that I feel passionately about. So I have got a proclivity for feathers.
They look beautiful.
And I think it emerged, you know, when I was about 40. I remember my 40th birthday, I had a Javanese headdress with an orange feather boa all around my head. And since then I've had loads of different feather headdresses made. And I know on this personality Enneagram, it's a way of looking at your personality, I'm a number 4, which means that I'm driven by the need to be seen as special and different. And this is me personifying that. So I'd like to hear from all of you about how your style personifies your personality in a way. What is it about what you exteriorly put out that's coming from within in a way?
My Enneagram is a 7, but I've no idea what that means.
In a style sense.
I don't know what that means.
No.
Is it out of 10?
There are.
Oh, it's just a category.
No, it's nine.
It's 9 different categories.
Right, okay.
I sometimes like to look noticeable and extraordinary, but I prefer to be noticed for what I say and the look in my eyes and how I speak. And one of the things I really resent with modern clothes is that they make you feel inferior, they make you feel lacking if you don't have the perfect 34, 22, 36-inch body. That's no longer fashionable. These days one should be a size 0 or a size 2 in order to fit into most clothes. And I'm interested in making clothes that where people don't feel, oh, my bum looks big, or my waist's too big, or my tits are 6 inches lower than they used to be. And they can be themselves and show their personality without having to worry how the rest of their body is being sized up in comparison either to people on the catwalk or to the 18-year-olds walking down the street next to them. So that's what I mean about invisible fashion. Not fashion to make you invisible, but fashion so that your personality and your style and your accessories can shine through and not be detracted from by the fact that your body doesn't fit some impossible ideal.
But would you also say, though, talking about body shape and body size and age, that what we have to do is actually find a place for us to love us just as we are? So if a woman is a size 2 or a size 18 or a size 24, that you love yourself. That we have to unconditionally love ourselves, no matter what the clothing is.
In theory,
in a way.
Johnny, in theory, how many people have you actually met who are capable of doing that?
Well, we have to help people to do that. Maybe that's what we should turn this conversation into. Because in a way, like, you know, we're talking about clothes. We all express ourselves in beautiful feathers or earrings or black swimsuits or pink. But in essence, all we're talking about is coverage. Let's go to the deep heart of this and say that what we actually have to do is unconditionally love us. It's been a long journey, but I think I'm fucking beautiful. Whether I've got a fucking belly, my tits, I've got fucking shit through here. I know I'm beautiful at this point in my life, but it's taken a long place to get there. Let us find a place for us to fall in love with us.
It's interesting that, because I wonder if it's easier for men.
I was going to say that.
To do that than
Well,
women. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not hard.
No.
I know it's hard, but I'm just wondering.
Maybe.
Because there is so much.
But may I just interject here that I suggested that we all do this topless to match Johnny.
Yeah.
And I was really quite surprised at the resistance from the other three women.
Caroline, I would have done it. I would have done it without a problem, but Facebook would not have broadcast it.
Right, okay.
So it's not really a problem. I would have taken all my clothes off, to be honest. I don't care about that. I spent a week being totally naked.
Yeah.
Like, nakedness is no problem for me, but you have to respect the fact that we're
That Facebook
broadcasting
wouldn't
on
no,
a social
absolutely,
media
I get
channel.
that.
I mean, I think I felt that this is actually one that was about clothes. I'm quite cool about taking my clothes off, but I was actually into clothes.
Yeah.
For the record, I would not have taken my clothes off ever in a million fucking years.
Why? But you're so gorgeous! What are you talking about, girls?
Scaffolding is what I'm talking about.
So perhaps we can carry on.
Oh, Gabriel
around the
was
hot
saying, was there a question, Gabriel?
Yeah.
Okay, Gabriel is our master with the questions.
Sorry, darling.
And your question is?
Suzanne, what do you think about style?
Oh, okay. I think I've done that one already.
Yeah. How about carrying on around the
Yeah,
hot tub
Pasha,
with this?
Oh, what are we talking about?
We're talking about how you express
Okay.
yourself and where it comes from within you.
Okay, because it goes back to punk roots, obviously, but also I was even born with that lack of desire to be like caught rabbit in headlights, and that coquettish, sexually coquettish rape culture female.
Yeah.
I feel like I was born with that, but then the punk thing just sort of aggravated it really. So clothes for me are definitely. Someone talked about power. I think it was you, Caroline.
I think it was Johnny, but yes.
Clothes for me are definitely an indicator of power, and I suppose nudity is not powerful for me. It's like the armour's gone. You know?
In a way, I feel extremely powerful when I'm nude, because I think that you've stripped away every artifice and you're saying this is who I am.
But
you know,
does nude include taking off the makeup and the earrings? And
yes,
the jewellery and
totally. I could take it all off now. I couldn't give a shit about that.
No, I'm
you
just
don't have to do it.
interested.
But I just think it's
love the
important. No,
earrings.
but I just think it's a good thing to do this, because, you know, I dressed up for this show, but really, like, the idea of getting to a place of where I can just be shown as what I am, because I love dressing. I'm a fucking stylist. I dress up every fucking day of my fiction life.
Hello.
There we are, guys. That's me. There we are, honeys. I love you. Good vibrations.
May I?
Oh, thanks, love.
That's great. Yeah. I do think though that as a woman it's harder, and in fact this morning I'm like a gym bunny. I've lost all this weight. I'm feeling really good about my body. But I looked down at myself today and I was like, oh, your hips are still slightly on the bigger side. And I was just like thinking, what we put ourselves under so much pressure as women. Like, we're constantly being judged against media and advertising and everything. And young women, especially, you know, as older women looking at younger women and thinking, could I get back to that? Could I do that? And so I think there is a real struggle with women. So aside from the fact that, yes, we can love ourselves, and I have been big and I have been smaller and whatever, I still have an ideal me in my head.
Yes.
Which is
Well,
an ideal body
unattainable,
me.
though, isn't it? That ideal.
Yeah.
It is that female
Well,
ideal
it's
is unattainable.
bloody hard. It's bloody hard.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'd like to say about getting older for me, okay, I know I'm not the perfect shape. And, you know, yes, in an ideal world, I'd like to lose weight. But there are ways. I have learned there are things that suit me better than others, like buying 1950s.
Yes.
Like this is a 1950s swimsuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm happy in my 1950s swimsuit.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do penance, I could fucking diet and shit.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I
No, do
don't
you know
want
what?
to.
And why should you, my darling? Because what you're talking about then is a place where you have found a place of your own self-love. That's what you're actually, what I receive from you. You're saying, I love my 50s swimsuit, I've got my feathers. You're finding, in a way, you know, you mentioned, I said about clothing as armour, right? So that can be sort of like dissected in different ways, but when you put your feather headpiece on in your 50s swimsuit, what you say to me is, I'm a confident woman, I'm at home with myself, I want you to see that I'm beautiful, I want this feather, which lets me see your face, the way the way the strapping's done on the swimsuit emphasises you. So she's really thought about this, guys, from a stylistic place. I'm just dissecting this here, because she's sitting here as the queen of the tub tonight, and here she is looking fantastic. So I think all you people out there, we're giving her a thumbs up, guys. Give Rose a thumbs up. Yay!
Thank you.
Oh, can I share my?
Oh yeah, hold on, here we go.
Oh, yes.
Johnny! Pussy underwear.
Well, do you know what? I just thought to myself, as I'm here with these beautiful ladies, and as I love women so much, I thought the least I can do is like sit with their pussy power in this. I hope you appreciate.
You wouldn't have much choice. There are 4 of us to one of you.
I feel like he is a fellow pussy. To be honest. It really is.
But we have to think as well about what a body is. I mean, this lump of meat on a calcium frame. It's functional.
Yes.
It can allow us to do things, to create things, and it can be used as a way of giving pleasure to ourselves, to other people.
Yes.
We can cuddle, feed, produce a baby. We can stroke the hand of someone who's dying. I'm really sorry I missed your death salon earlier.
It's okay,
But-
still online.
It's not who we are. Who we are is something much more profound and much more important than the body. And that's why I am so keen for women not to be judged about their bodies. Someone like you, Suzanne, who looks great, and yet you still worry that despite all your working out, your hips are a little bit too big. That's partly because you're wearing clothes that are designed for 20-year-olds.
But maybe
No, I'm not wearing clothes that are designed for 20
all right, most clothes are designed for 20-year-olds.
I
even
don't
if you
agree
find
with
them in
that.
a
No, but I would say
I
though,
don't agree
sorry,
with
the
that.
one thing I would say to you though is like how many people get to see your true self. So style for me is about the way we project ourselves outward to the world, not just to our intimate acquaintances, to our friends and family. This is how we strut around the street. So if I strut around the street, I'm terrible in all black. I look awful. But if I strut around in grey, I can't even do it all. Like it's just like I've been told by a color person, don't even go there. Such a bad color. But you know, I'm a blue, a brown, a red, whatever. But I want to be visible in the world. Like, I know that my friends and family don't give a flying fuck what I wear, but I want to be able to be out there in the world. I want to walk down any street in the world and have people go, she looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because I'm a narcissist, who cares?
No, I'll tell you what you are. I'll tell you what you are. You're living, my dear, today. Because we're going to be, that's all we can do. We're here for such a blink of an eye on this planet. And, you know, within our blink of an eye moment, what we have to do is be as happy and as loved for ourselves and for people around us as we can be. And when you say about the little girl that's in King's Cross that said, I stopped you and said, I love your hair, you're bringing joy to other people by that, actually.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's where, like, dressing up and wearing fashion, I suppose, and style, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like every day, I dress up every day of my life since I was a child. Like, and sometimes that involves like a simple black elegant dress suit with a bow tie, and sometimes that's a high cut, arseless whore outfit, because that's what I'm feeling at the time. Do you know what I mean? With
I got loads of them.
I've got. Oh, we're sisters now. I want to get into your wardrobe, bitch.
Johnny, I'd like to hear, has it changed?
Before we go on, we might have to change phone because this one, the battery's about to go.
Okay.
So
cut for a sec.
Okay, cut.